So I wasn't what you would call socially active during most of my undergraduate studies. But that all changed in my final year when I heard about a program at Concordia that brings students all the way to Uganda in East Africa. Un ami m'a dit, c'est la meilleure expérience que j'ai vécue. Tout un appui. So I applied to the Concordia Volunteer Abroad Program, also known as CVAP, and traveled to East Africa that very year. In the summer of 2008, I worked on a farm for 2 months in northern Uganda. I made some incredibly strong friendships, and I fell in love with a community called Gulu. Cette expérience a transformé ma vie. Je me suis activement investi dans le secteur des organismes à but non lucratif. After this amazing experience, I worked for Al Gore's Climate Reality Project, and I started a small charity with some peers called the Mercy Project, which continues to raise funds for healthcare in Uganda. And today, I've come full circle. Je suis présentement directeur général du programme de bénévolat à l'étranger, cette organisation qui m'a amené au Ouganda. Ce programme continue à promouvoir les valeurs du développement personnel et communautaire. Our mission is to engage and empower youth in 2 ways, through community development projects in Uganda and through international internships and mentorship for students at Concordia and from universities across Uganda. In 2016, CVAP will be celebrating its 10th anniversary. Pendant cette décennie, le programme de bénévolat à l'étranger a profondément touché la vie de nos participants. Thomas Prince, l'un de nos diplômés, incarne la puissance de l'apprentissage expérientiel. Now, Thomas dropped out of a Western Canadian university, which will remain nameless, at the age of 19. He then spent a number of years picking apples and working at ski resorts. But his interest in social justice and travel then led him to an after-school program in Peru. But as we know, because meaningful jobs would be virtually impossible without a full degree, at 27 years old, he came to Concordia and undertook an anthropology degree. Through CVAP, our program, Thomas volunteered in Uganda and was subsequently hired as a coordinator. He ended up meeting the love of his life, a Ugandan lady who also worked at CVAP's Ugandan office. They're now married and have a gorgeous 1-year-old daughter named Ma, which means love in the local language of northern Uganda. Aujourd'hui, Thomas est directeur de programme pour une organisation non gouvernementale au Ouganda. Son épouse, Vicky, est directrice d'une école prestigieuse à Gulu. Both of these opportunities were made possible thanks to their CVAP experience. And like Thomas, so many of our alumni have gone on to do incredible things. So our many grads include National Geographic photographer Matthew Hood, the founder of Youth Fusion Jeunesse, Gabriel Brian Lopez, the executive director of Head and Hands NDG, Andrea Clark, and the national manager of Al Gore's Climate Reality Project Canada, Audrey Despots, just to name a few. CVAP gives students hands-on, real-world experience while contributing to community-led social justice programs. Je suis vraiment ravi que Concordia endorse la diversité en favorisant des partenariats communautaires solides. I'm thrilled to announce that CVAP will soon be expanding. We plan to establish a cultural exchange with First Nations communities in northern Quebec. Each one of us should know more about our land's original inhabitants. And as Concordia builders, you may agree that developing a greater understanding of our First Nations neighbors is paramount. Si c'est le cas, nous devons en parler. Ensemble, nous pouvons faire de ce partenariat une réalité. Merci, bonsoir.